Hi, my students. Let's start together Unit 1 in Grammar. Do you remember the past simple tense? Let's remember its form together. We put the subject and the verb in the past. We have regular verbs and irregular verbs. In regular verbs, we add ed to the verb, to the base form, or to the infinitive. But irregular verbs, we change the shape of the verb. They played football yesterday. The verb play here is a regular verb, so we added ed to make the verb in the past form. She saw a lion last year. The verb saw is a irregular verb, so we changed the shape of the verb see into a new shape. Past continuous tense. What about this tense? What is its form? I, he, she, or it take was. Then we add verb plus ing. But you, we, and they take were and verb plus ing. For example, she was singing yesterday evening at 6 o'clock. You were making a noise. As you see, she takes was, then we put the verb plus ing. But you here takes were, then we put verb plus ing. We use the past continuous and the past simple in the same sentence to describe the past action that was interrupted by another action. We use the past continuous for the action that started first, and the past simple for the action that interrupted it, or the second action. We can use when plus past simple to join the two parts of the sentence. He was passing through the sound barrier. هو كان بيعدي من حاجز الصوت. احنا هنا بنتكلم عن رائد فضاء. When he started to spin, لما ابتدى يلف حوالين نفسه. الحدث الأولاني هنا first action إن هو كان بيحاول يعبر من خلال حاجز الصوت. والحدث التاني اللي حصل مقاطعة منه، الحدث التاني هو الجملة التانية he started to spin. تعالوا نشوف لما بنبتدي بالحدث التاني، بنبتدي بالجزء بتاع when he jumped from the capsule 8 million people were watching. لما نط من الكبسولة الفضائية بتاعته كان في 8 مليون شخص بيشاهدوه. ده السكند اكشن، لكن الناس اللي كانت بتشاهده ده الفيرست اكشن. the first action was interrupted by the second action. For example, I spaced music videos when I saw Felix jump. The second action here, I saw Felix jump. So I must put here a verb in the past continuous, such as was watching. I was watching music videos when I saw Felix jump. So the first action here, I was watching music videos. And the second action, I saw Felix jump. The second action interrupted the first action. Example 2. He was checking his suit when he space a problem. Here is the first action. He was checking his suit. When he, here we will put the second action. Discovered a problem. We put the second action in the past simple. So I'll tell you again. We put the first action in the past continuous, but the second action in the past simple. We can also use while to introduce the first action. For example, while he was passing through the sound barrier, he started to spin. We put here while plus past continuous. Now, let's do this exercise together. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the past continuous. Sentence A. When he flew into space, Felix was wearing a special suit. After when, we put the second action in the past simple, and then we put the first action in the past continuous. Sentence B. He spaced to jump when he discovered a problem. Here we will put the first action in the past continuous, so the answer will be was preparing. Sentence C. He made a speech. هو ألقى خطبة. After while we will put the first action in the past continuous. So we will put was because there is he, and we will add stand plus ing. D. He broke the sound barrier while he, yes, we will put past continuous, so we will put was falling through the sky. Sentence E. Many people, yes, were watching him on the internet when he jumped. Here is the first action in the past continuous, and after when we will put the past simple because it's the second action which interrupted the first action. The last sentence, when his family arrived, he, yes, that's right, was celebrating on the ground. Next. Now, let's read this passage together to be able to answer the questions after that. I saw something incredible yesterday. I live in Germany, but I saw 3 kangaroos while I was playing in the park. I couldn't believe it. When I saw them, they were jumping around the trees. I ran to tell my mom. Then, while we were watching the kangaroos, they jumped away. I didn't know why there were kangaroos here in Germany. They usually live in Australia. While I was watching the news, I found out that the kangaroos were from the local zoo. A fox helped them escape over the weekend. It dug a big hole under the fence. While it was digging the hole, the kangaroos escaped. The police and zookeeper were looking for them when someone called to say they were in my town. The zoo is happy that the kangaroos are back, but I think it's wrong that they are living in a zoo here in Germany. They should be free in Australia. Now, let's do this exercise together. Circle the correct words. Sentence A. I was playing in the park when I saw the 3 kangaroos. It's the second action, so I put it in the past simple. Sentence B. When I saw or was seeing them, they jumped or were jumping round the trees. After when we put the second action, so we will say I saw when I saw them, they were jumping. I here express the first action in the past continuous. Sentence C. They jumped or were jumping away while I watched or was watching them. Yes, I will put this part in the past simple. It's the second action, and after while I will choose was watching to speak about the first action. I found or was finding out that they were from the zoo while I watched or was watching the news. Yes, you're right, I found. It's the second action which interrupted the first action, and we will put the first action in the past continuous. And here the first action comes after while. Sentence E. While the fox dug or was digging a hole, the kangaroos escaped or were escaping. Yes, after while we will put was digging, excellent, a hole. And suddenly the kangaroos, escaped in the past simple. The last sentence here, the police were looking, excellent, for them when someone, called. It's the second action which interrupted the first action. Now, let's do this exercise together. Read and complete the sentences with the correct form of the verb. Yesterday, the sun was shining. I was having breakfast on the boat when we saw a polar bear. Here we put the verb see in the past simple because this part is the second action which interrupted the first action. So we put the first action in the past continuous, but we put the second action in the past simple. Next, I space it when it space into the water and disappeared. Yes, I was watching it when it jumped into the water and disappeared. Later that morning, I Yes, was taking. It's the first action. Was taking photos of an iceberg, جبل تلج, when a large piece of ice. Yes, after when we will put here the second action in the past simple. It was an incredible sight. Later, while I, yes, was looking. After while, we will put the first action in the past continuous. Was looking at the sea, a whale, yes, jumped right out of the water. It happened to interrupt the first action. In the evening, we were making dinner. It's the first action after when, and the second action here will be in the past simple. It was red, green, blue, and violet, while we, yes, were looking at the sky. Someone explained that these were the northern lights. Excellent. Let's complete together. Use the prompts and the words in the brackets to write sentences. Let's read the first example together. We have dinner, we see some seals. The answer will be we were having dinner when we saw some seals. We put here the first action in the past continuous. We put were plus verb plus ing, and after when we put the past simple. Sentence B. We have I take photos, an Arctic fox, and the word appear. Use while. While I was taking photos, comma, an Arctic fox appeared. Excellent. And we can also start with this part. We can say an Arctic fox appeared while I was taking photos. Both answers are right. Sentence C. We have I take photos of the fox. I drop my camera in the snow. Use when. Here we started with the past continuous and we put when in the middle of the sentence. I was taking photos of the fox when I dropped my camera in the snow. Here is the first action, and after when we put the second action in the past simple. D. We have we look for my camera, the fox ran away, and the word when. Yes, we were looking for my camera when the fox ran away. This part is about the second action which interrupted the first action. The last sentence. Yes, while I was cleaning my camera, this is the first action, comma, the seals jumped into a water hole. And this is the second action which interrupted the first action. We put the first action in the past continuous after while, but we put the second action in the past simple. Let's see together the questions form. What were you doing when you saw it? What were you doing when you saw it? Okay, you know, we put with you were plus verb plus ing, and after when we put the past simple. Example 2. What? Here we have the subject she, so we put here yes, was. Excellent. What was she doing when you phoned her? Excellent. Okay, next. Complete the questions. Write the answers in order. What were you doing when the tornado passed? tornado الإعصار. إيه اللي كنت بتعمله لما الإعصار عدى؟ I was watching it from the classroom. This is the first action and this is my answer. Let's complete. Sentence B. What space they space when the tree fell down? What were they doing? Yes, when the tree fell down. The answer, they were taking photos. Excellent. Sentence C. Yes, what was he doing when the fire engine arrived? Yes, he was phoning his mom. Excellent. Sentence D. What was the teacher doing when the reporters arrived? Yes, she was talking to the children. Excellent. Next, complete the questions. Write true answers. Sentence A. What was your mom doing when you woke up this morning? After when we put here the past simple. She, yes, imagine. To answer, yes. She was cooking lunch when I woke up this morning. Sentence B. What space your school friends? Yes, what were your school friends? Yes, doing when you, after when we put the verb in the past simple, so the answer will be arrived. Yes, imagine the answer. Yes, it may be that they were playing football when I arrived today. The last sentence. What were you studying when the bell? Yes, what's the past of ring? Yes, you're right, it's rang. When the bell rang. The answer will be I was studying English when the bell rang. D. What space your teacher? Your teacher, he or she. So in the past continuous we will put was plus the verb plus ing, so it will be here doing. What was your teacher doing when school? After when we will put here past simple finished. Excellent. The answer will be she was teaching us English when school finished. The last sentence. What space your parents? Oh, your parents equal they. So we will put here where. What were your parents doing when you, in the past simple, it will be got home yesterday? The answer will be: they were watching TV when I got home yesterday. Thanks for your watching.